Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the TeSys Tera training. I'm your host, Leandro Mata, and in this video what we're going to see is how we can configure the TeSys Tera as a forward reverse, okay, for the configuration, so we can forward and reverse the motor load. So let's go to the presentation, okay. So in the configuration of the DTM, the TeSys Tera, we have one specific part that is for how we want to predefine the configuration of the TeSys Tera, and we need to select the reversible diagonal line. Okay, so let's grab the pen, okay, and start. So as soon as you create the project, you define which are the units and the sensor. Then on the parameter list, you just go to the parameter list to the starter function settings, and under there you have the starter settings. This is the menu that you need to configure to define the pre-configuration or how is the initial settings for you to work on forward and reverse. Okay, so as soon as you select that one, it will predefine a few things in your iOS. Okay, so you can use this mode. So something very important is something I showed you in the previous video. So as soon as you change the configuration or how is the mode for the starting type, so if you go Delta Online or forward reverse or star delta, as soon as you download the application, the TeSys Tera needs to boot up. Okay, so be patient on that one when you make the modification and download. Okay, if you are already connected, then you will lose communication and then you will need to reconnect again with the units. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this is the example wiring. Okay, so basically as soon as you configure this, you will have the sensor model. Okay, you see here the 3 phases and the voltage coming in. You have the MCB in the top, and then you have 2 contactors, one for forward and the other one for reverse. Okay, you have over here an internal mechanical interlock. Okay, but there is also a logic interlock in the TeSys Tera solution. Okay, so we advise also to use these ones. Okay, so the other thing that we have is to on the unit itself here on the main controller that it has all the different inputs and outputs. Okay, here you can see that one input is already configured for the forward and the other one for reverse. Okay, this is something that you can use. Okay, this is one way to doing it. Remember that you can assign these two. If you don't want to use the output one, you can assign to the other one. It's totally fine. Then what we have here on the inputs, if you're using the internal power supply, okay, the same common, then you can use this configuration like that, using the first one for forward, this one for stop, and this one for reverse. Okay, so this is the wiring example that you can follow. And of course you have the sensor, the temperature sensor. And this is the logic behind. Okay, so here we have the different starts, the selection, okay, to select which is where the start and stop came from, the HMI, the remote HMI, digital inputs, or it came from the communication. That's something that we can select here. There isn't stops, and then also the reset for the outputs of the contactor. Okay, here you have all the different things. Important is here, where's it? Here. You have the output, each output as a condition here in order to make it run the other one. So we have a logic internally in order to enable or disable the other one to work with. Okay, so in this way we guarantee that they are not going to run together. Okay, that's the main thing. But you can also have a mechanical interlock. Okay, so this is the configuration that we have predefined already in the system. So here, digital input, active high, this one active low, this one active high, this one to forward, go forward, you have this arrow, and this is the reverse. Okay, this one by default in the mode selection, but this is only to select which is the source for the start or stop. And then the output, digital output 1 is going to be for the contactor 1, and the output 2 is for the contactor 2, and this one is just to trip status. Okay, that's all we have by default. So in order to check this out, below the starter settings, where's my mouse? So below the starter setting, we have the IO settings. And if we have only the main unit, then we have the possibility to check this out. Okay, the input, which is the default one, and for the digital output, which is the default. You can see it's the same as this. Okay, so what we're going to do is to create a project, TeSys Tera. Create a project, TeSys Tera. Next, going to select the units. Is this one? This one is this. I know because I'm already playing with this, but this is the configuration. Here let's go directly to this. So direct online is going to be reversible direct online. So we have forward reverse. Here you can see that I have different local start. So I'm going to use only for local and communication. And I'm going to use for the remote the HMI. And if I needed to select, I use the digital input to select which one I need to use. But I'm not going to go into that detail. This is just to show you how the configuration. So here you have change the direction. I'm going to select yes. This is because I wanted to. You have an interlock time. So in this case, it's going to be 2 seconds before change it. Otherwise, it will probably wait too much. It's no idea, just to show you. And then here on the IOs, main module, you can see start, forward, stop, reverse, and this one selection. And the outputs we have output contactor 1, output contactor 2, and this one's just to trip status. That's all. But now the other thing that we need to check is the configuration for the load. So in my case, I'm using a single phase. No system voltage. I'm using 230. Then let's see protection, motor protection, voltage. This one I put it at 95 and 95 altogether, just in case. Over voltage is fine. Additional information, maximum number of starts. I'm going to disable the function in case I can play more. This is just a small fun. This doesn't have anything special. But in the real application, I would probably advise to check this out. Okay. Excessive start time, disable. So I believe we are good to go on this initial configuration. So I have the device already connected with me. I'm just going to put this mode. So it's connected using the USB cable, connect to my PC. I'm going to look for this one. Is this? Yes. Close. And then I'm going to connect and I'm going to store this configuration to a device. You should read all this. Okay. And I'm going to store this information. Okay. Need to press OK. Yes. And then I'm going to store to the device. Just wait for it. So now, as I'm changing the actual configuration, okay, what's going to happen is that it will probably restart the device itself. So we just probably need to wait for a couple of seconds until this one boots up again. Okay. So it's stored, and probably this will probably connect, and I will lose communication because this one's going to boot up. It's going to reboot. I believe this is how the behavior is going to be. So you can see there is no LEDs over here, and it will probably lose communication. Yeah, connection lost. So we just need to wait for this one to boot up again. So it can probably take quite some time. Let's put the watch. Let's see how much time does it take. Usually we just need to wait for this one to finish. Okay, just wait for it. When I say a couple of seconds, there are not two. Okay, just need to wait. We'll try to scan it just to show you that I'm able to find it. Until it's just boots up, it can probably take a minute, I believe, until it boots up. Okay, as you can see, it's flashing, still flashing. Just wait for it. It's almost a minute. Still thinking, trying to have the new configuration. Just wait for it. And I believe it's already done. You can see there is no LEDs. Now we're starting again with the other one. So in theory, it took a minute and a half, okay, to make this up. There we go, it's up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to connect. I'm confident that I'm going to load from this device and see what happened inside. So load from this device and see what happened. So now we should be able to have the same configuration as before. So I synchronize, start in settings. I didn't select reverse. I'm sure I selected reverse. I'm almost sure they have selected it. I'm sure I selected. Okay, so now I'm going to start the device. Maybe I didn't select it. No, 100% sure. So now let's see what happened. I will probably lose communication again. I will possibly, so you need to wait for me again. Just trying to synchronize, but I know it's not possible. So I will pause the video and then we'll show you until it's come back again. Okay, so it's almost there. Okay, it's fine. I'll put it back. Now I should be able to connect and make a log from device. Should have the direct online unless I did something wrong again. Okay, you can see it's device synchronized. So now we should be able to play with this. So diagnostics, alarm trip, not trip, monitoring, IO. So this one's gonna be stop, this one run, stop, forward, reverse. And first I need to unlock this. Okay. Now I should be able to make a run and reverse. Okay, I'm going to stop it. and then I'm going to put it in forward. See, contactor 1 is on. I'm going to put it false. Then reverse, contactor 2 is on. And if I press this one, it stop and it will run the other way around. If I press this one, we have that interlock internally before going to the other one. Then I'm going to stop it. Okay, so here you can see how easy it is. Okay, I don't know what I have done before on the first download. Maybe didn't save it properly. I don't know. Or it could be a bug on this DTM version I'm using. I don't know, but you saw that I had already, that I had downloaded again, and I was able to perform the forward reverse without any issue later. Okay, so check if there's something missing here. So, okay, we just need to check phases to supply additional functions, the maximum number of starts in case you need it. Okay, we already done that. Download it and check for additional settings and disable alarms and trips. In my case, I didn't have anything else, so it's working fine, which is good. This is what we wanted, and this is it for the forward and reverse on TeSys T. Okay, so as you saw, it's very simple. Once you get the configuration, initial configuration, just need to check the inputs and outputs, download, check if there is any alarm or wrong configuration, and then you should be able to make it run. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.